Okay, I wanted to share with you guys a question that my wife asked me, and that was, what would you do with $20 million?
Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.
Could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody ain't.
Now, first of all, why $20 million? Okay, so that's a number brought up by someone I won't mention, that basically it's enough money, enough net worth, invested, hopefully, that almost any lifestyle is possible. It's a number that will preclude you from just trying to imagine how you could spend more money than that, like, oh, I want like a gold toilet or something like that, or yachts and private jets. It's slightly out of your range, although you could, just rent one, buy a ticket on one, but you couldn't just literally own your own private jet at those kinds of numbers, not really. So it's enough that you will be able to say, if you invested it even semi-wisely, you would have somewhere around $1 million a year to spend, or $100,000 a month, in that sort of range. And you could do that in perpetuity, and that's effectively 8x middle class spending. So really any lifestyle choice is possible at that range. So it's really a question about what is your ideal lifestyle. If you had that money instead of whatever you've got, how would your life actually change? For me, the first thing I said was, there's no way in hell I would be concerned about watches anymore. There'd be no game to it. Any watch that I desired, I would easily have, and I would have immediately. There'd be no real game to that anymore. So I would immediately be saving money because I wouldn't even be doing the watch stuff anymore. So that would be it. Watches probably gone. I wouldn't care about anything sort of affluential. I don't really have any desire for a car. I don't now. If I had money, it'd probably be even less. I've got even less reason to prove anything to anyone. A lot of things would immediately, maybe they'd be even down. Now, fine dining and eating out, I already do basically as much as that as we want / can. A big limit on lifestyle is actually, the school schedule. My son is now in kindergarten, and you can't just take off and do holidays whenever you want anymore. You have to, look at what the actual school calendar is. You can't just pull them out just because you got money, that sort of thing. So the reality is okay, so the school schedule is sort of kind of locked down, so you need to do something with your 9 to 5. I'd be focusing on making sure that you could retire, but I don't know if your hobbies would really take up enough of your time in that situation. Some people do, some people don't. I personally love engineering, so what I would focus on and what I have been focusing on is finding a job and a career that's satisfying to me personally, with or without the need for the money, right? So if you're financially independent, you don't have to work. It's that simple. But maybe you get something from it that you actually enjoy. Yeah, you're LARPing for a job, but honestly, this might not be, a small amount of people that, they're actually pretty satisfied with their wealth, but they continue working just because it satisfies some part of them. It does go back into sort of a lifestyle business type stuff. I've thought about, what I have for a lifestyle business. I've been trying to think of one for 4 years, and I just haven't found one. I genuinely just like being an engineer for a company that values engineering. Food at home, or just food in general. Now, a lot of people who have a decent amount of money, they do have things like personal chefs, but for me, the way that most of them do it is effectively like meal prep, and you're just reheating leftovers effectively every day, and that wouldn't be an upgrade from where I'm at. So I already took actions around this. Basically, spent a bit more time learning how to cook nicely for myself. Things that you wouldn't be able to buy in a restaurant because it just takes too much effort and time, but you can do at home. So for example, French style eggs for breakfast, they simply don't do that anywhere. It's too time consuming, too risky, and a lot of people are happy with just overcooked eggs basically. So I personally learned how to cook. I've got the cooking books, I upgraded a few utensils. These are things that are within my reach without $20 million. The one thing that I am definitely lacking on is time, and one of those time consumers is video editing. And no, it's not for this channel. I make a lot of home videos for the family, and that typically that's a lot of coverage. There might be like 10-15 minutes of video from a hike and some videos around the camp and so forth, and a few videos of like the trip in and stuff like that. And it just takes a lot of time to edit video for that, and I normally end up taking entire weekend days to do it. And I honestly, it's not a very creative outlet because I'm just looking at it for coverage. I'm not trying to get a point across. I'm just trying to replicate, a feel. So just leave most of the footage in, but just cut out like stuff that's not well composed, cameras pointed to the ground, that sort of thing. So that's something I can actually afford. I can get a video editor, and that's like a full remote job, and I don't need a particularly, a fantastic video editor. So I'm making steps to be able to do that. The other one's like a car, like I already mentioned a car, but there are some events you kind of want to up it a little bit. And what we've done there is I thought, oh, why don't I just like rent a nice car on Turo or something like that? And I looked, and it's like the one that I kind of wanted was for like an event that we went to recently was the Rolls-Royce, really. Like I don't really have a fascination with supercars or something like that. I mean, they're cool, they're luxury of their own type, but I'm actually more in a Rolls-Royce. If I want luxury, I want like real luxury, not just a luxury interior in effectively a 700 horsepower go-kart. But I mean, what's the point of driving around your own Rolls-Royce? So in the end, I went with getting a limo service instead, and like I get a driver. It's easy and calm. I don't have to worry about parking or any of the stresses of picking up or dropping off the rental. So yeah, just use a limo service or Uber Black. That's a problem solved, and that genuinely is an improvement in quality of life. I don't even have to drive in that case. On that note, it also made me think about like umbrella insurance policies. If you've got like relatively high net worth, you kind of want to protect yourself, and the car is like the biggest area where you put yourself at risk. If someone claims injury from something you did, like it can be pretty big, a massive risk. And I thought, I wonder if it just makes sense, because an umbrella policy is going to cost, for like $10 million, I think like about $10,000 a year. How about I just stop driving? Like just take an Uber everywhere, because like if I just take an Uber everywhere, it'll like one, frees up my time and frees up any risk that I would have. Like it's better than an insurance policy. I'm not even driving, and I'm not even contracting someone to drive for me. I'm literally just the client of the service. So that's another factor that might change significantly in my life, or if you had $20 million. So there you go. Ultimately, everything that I would change were things that were actually already within my capability, and so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do those things, and I don't need to wait or kill myself to get $20 million before designing my ideal lifestyle, and maybe neither do you. So you let me know. You think about this $20 million thing, how would your life change? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, please like and subscribe. Bye for now.